All right. Hi, everybody. I hope you can see me now. We are getting better and better at managing our lives through Zoom all the time, and they change the rules on us, and we have to figure out where the new buttons are. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start this presentation. Thank you very much. So as Caitlin said, we are live streaming on Facebook. We're also set up on YouTube. This is going to be recorded, and so we'll be able to put this up on YouTube for folks that might have missed it today. If you have questions, we're going to have a Q&A session. And so that's going to be at the end of the program. We're going to save some time for that. So if you have questions, go ahead and please put them into the chat box or submit them as Facebook messages to us, and we'll be able to try to track those and bring them up. Let's see, I see a couple questions already coming in, so that's great. So I'm going to jump right ahead. So my name is Geoff Greenfield. I'm the founder and co-owner, along with my wife Michelle, of Third Sun Solar. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Third Sun and who we are and why we can claim to tell anybody anything about, what you should look for in getting a solar installation, what our background is. We're going to list the key considerations that I would recommend that you or my grandmother or somebody across the country that we wouldn't necessarily even be selling to should look for as they evaluate who to choose as their partner for going solar. I'll give you a list of credentials, and in fact, then we'll have a resources section where there's hot links to different resources that I talk about. So that'll be in the comments, and we'll be able to follow up with anybody that's registered on this and send you those links. Or if you just want to write us in and ask about the links, we'll send them to you. Then we'll wrap it up and then open it up for Q&A. So without further ado, I wanted to show you this chart. This is a really cool chart. So the International Energy Association every year puts out their World Energy Outlook. And the black line, the thick, heavy black line that you can see shoots upwards, is the actual growth in PV every year. The colored lines are what the World Economic Outlook say the future holds for PV. And every year they expect it to go slowly, slowly, slowly forwards, even downwards a little bit. And every year the world of solar defies predictions and goes up, up, up. So that's one of the reasons we're putting this out there, is that more and more people are curious about solar. More and more people think solar might be a good fit for them, and they've got questions about it. They're hearing about solar, they're seeing it in the news, and this is why, is because it's going through the roof. Our phone does not stop ringing, and we're really excited. So why do we have expertise in solar? We've been doing this for 20 years. We are celebrating in 2020 our 20th anniversary. In fact, this month is our birthday month as a company. So that's exciting. And we have been doing solar on commercial, military bases, residential homes of all shapes and sizes, government facilities, more residential homes, universities, large rooftops, farms and nonprofit organizations, more residential projects all over Indiana, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, government agencies as a bus station, and pretty much 20 years of not just installation, but also design, finding out what works, what doesn't work, what can go wrong, and bringing that knowledge and experience to our clients. Pretty much on the residential face, a lot of our clients, their home is their most valuable asset. That old adage of your home is your castle. And I treat it with great respect that our clients trust us to drill holes in their roof and to attach things to their electrical wiring system. We hold that trust with great respect. All in all, I showed you a lot of pictures of houses, a lot of pictures of large facilities. We do it both. So there's a benefit to that for residential customers in that we're buying thousands and thousands of modules because we're doing these large commercial projects. Because we're buying at volume, we can get lower prices, and we can do a project for you with super high quality without cutting corners, but yet make it cost effective. So that was the shameless self-promotion part. I'll admit I was tooting the horn of our team. I'm very proud of our company. But as I said before, this webinar is useful for someone in California. We don't have any business in California and aren't busy doing anything in California. Yet we want Californians to understand what they should look for in going solar, or Ohioans for that matter. So here's the key considerations. So I'm going to go one by one on these. So experience, are you hiring somebody to do something for, the 4th or 5th time, or the 20th time, or the 1000th time? Obviously, you don't want to be on the learning curve that early for someone who's just getting into the business. Maybe they were a roofer, maybe they were an electrician, maybe they decided to open up their own solar company. In any case, experience matters. The second piece is the type of company. What we are seeing is more and more entrepreneurs are excited about solar, and they're printing business cards and getting a website. And in reality, they're a sales and marketing company. They're excited to promote solar. They're educating people about solar. They're getting people to sign contracts, but then they're turning around and trying to find another company to do the installation work. They just don't have the construction and design expertise. So I think that's important to evaluate. Are you working with a sales and marketing company who's then going to sell your contract to another company that will be actually installing it? Or are you working with one company that's going to be there as your long-term partner? Check references. You do this for just about anyone you're hiring. You're going to have a babysitter, watch your kids, you're going to check references. Solar is no different. And in fact, obviously, if you ask that babysitter for references, he or she might give you the ones that they know are going to give you positive reviews. Do a deeper dive. With the internet, we can get online and find out anything about anybody. You're going to be doing thousands of dollars worth of business where you're going to be trusting this person in your home, with your electrical infrastructure of your home, with your roof. It's an important choice, and do a little detective work. Find out who they are, not just the references they give you, but some folks that they've done work for out there that might not be so happy with the experience. Angie's List, Better Business Bureau, solarreviews.com, Google, Facebook. It's amazing what we can find out there, and it's an equal playing field for the consumer to do some research. So I'd encourage that. I mentioned this before. Who's going to be actually on the roof drilling holes in your roof and waterproofing those holes? Will it be the person that you're signing a contract with, or will it be a third party, a subcontractor, or some labor that has not done much solar that they just got hired as a temporary day laborer? Pretty big difference. And as solar grows, as more and more companies decide that they want to get in on this exciting new field, more and more people are signing contracts and selling solar and then finding somebody else to install it, the subcontractor model. That same question, who's going to be drilling holes in your roof? Well, how does your partner in solar, the person that you're going to do business with, treat their employees? Are they just labor and names and numbers, or are they family? Are they long-term partners? Do they get fair compensation, or are they exploited and paid substandard wages, or even worse, treated as cash W-2 employees? Or there's all sorts of, unfortunately, unfair things going on in the world of construction. And we think it's important that the people that are actually in your house doing the work, as well as the people designing the system and educating you about it, are well compensated. They get benefits. We offer vacation, healthcare, dental, training. this tool stipend, all these things are what we feel is the right way to do business. And we believe that it results in higher quality employees, higher quality members of our team doing the actual work. Cost versus value. This is something that people deal with all the time when they're buying a car. Yeah, you can get a Yugo or you can get a Mercedes. People pay a lot more for the Mercedes, and it's for a reason. A lot of people go with a Honda and split the middle. At the end of the day, we think solar is a long-term purchase. It's typically a 25 to 35 year asset on the roof of your house. It's going to be operating for long term, and cutting corners up front usually costs more money in the end than finding a good partner, paying for high quality equipment and high quality service and installation. What is the actual equipment used? Someone asked me, what's more important, the right panel or the right installation company? And I think they're both important. I think that, we could have the best expertise designing and installing a system. And if we put in a chintzy, cheap panel from, who knows where in Taiwan, it's not going to work very well. Same deal, we get the best German engineered, high quality panel from a reputable, stable company, but install it incorrectly, it's not going to work very well. But that said, the major equipment is very important. So it's the module or solar panel itself, and then the solar inverter, and then the racking. Those are the three components that I would look for. And I would ask specifically, what exact brand, make, and model of each of those are you going to be installing? And then do some research about that, or ask your installer questions. Why did you choose that module? Tell me about that module. Is that the best module you have, or an economy model, or a middle of the road model? Tell me about how long that company's been in business. If I'm paying for a warranty for that module, is that company going to be around in 20 years or 25 years if I need to exercise my rights under that warranty? Those are important questions. So number 7, expertise and willingness to answer any questions. Solar is complicated. That's one of the reasons why companies like ours are busy. We're answering questions. Somebody asks me, what do I do for a living? I sometimes joke and say, I answer people's questions. We've got a team of people out there doing a lot of answering questions by phone, face-to-face, at a social distance in the age of Corona, or on Zoom, and then tons and tons of back and forth via email. If anyone seems to be dodging your questions or doesn't have an answer that you think makes sense or truly satisfies you, that's a sign that perhaps they're making it up, pulling it out of thin air, or are new to the business of solar. We feel like there's no bad question. Any question you have is a valid one, and we respect it, and we've answered them all. Energy production modeling. So yeah, I want 30 modules on my roof. How much of my power bill is that going to offset? How many kWh per month, per year is that going to generate? This is where a lot of the newer entrants into the space rely on software that they don't fully understand how to use. They might show you a pretty graph or show you a piece of software, but the old adage, garbage in, garbage out. I can set up ohmic losses, shading considerations, module degradation inputs, and all sorts of the other inputs that go into the software and come up with one number, or put in more accurate inputs based on our experience and come up with the number that's accurate. So not only what is the kWh that they promise their system is going to generate, but how do they arrive at that? A lot of our customers are getting multiple proposals from different people. Obviously, even if they know that they want to do work with us, their next door neighbor went with us and says, go with Third Sun Solar. We have no problem with people carefully shopping for solar and seeing who else is out there and what they propose. What we often find is that not only does the price vary widely, and a lot of the terms, the warranty and the promise of the company vary widely, the equipment used, the quality of the equipment, but a big thing that varies widely is the production modeling. And unfortunately, Some people are either naive and inexperienced, or they're focused just on signing a contract and they don't really know if they're going to be in business next year or the year after that. We're in it for the long haul. We've done it for 20 years. We want to do it for 30 years, 40 years, etc. It's our name, it's our reputation, it's our team staking everything on our promise to our clients. So we're giving conservative, achievable models of production that we stand behind. And in fact, we guarantee it. So if you are working with us, please ask the solar consultant that's working with you about our production guarantee. It's a big thing that's different about us versus other people that are also in the world of solar. Warranties and service. If anybody says, yes, solar, it works forever, no moving parts, set it and forget it, perhaps you should look harder at their experience. We've been doing this for 20 years, and we've been doing service for 20 years. Just like your car, solar has things that can go wrong with it. Typically, the modules themselves are very solid, and we usually don't worry about modules. In fact, on a residential project, I don't believe we've ever had a module be replaced under warranty. What oftentimes can be an issue is the electronics. Just like the computer I have and the phone I use, my TV at home, electronics can sometimes fail. It's very reliable. It's up in the 99% reliability factor. But that said, since we've done this for thousands of times, we do have some of the components do need to be replaced. Usually that happens very quickly after the installation, and it's covered by our full service warranty. But that said, the warranty itself is important. So you've got two major warranties. You've got the major equipment warranty, the warranty from the module manufacturer, the module from the power electronics, inverters and optimizers, and the module and the racking company warranty. So all those are important to understand. And then you have the installation warranty, or sometimes people call it the workmanship warranty. So we are actually extending our workmanship warranty this year in recognition of our 20 years in solar to be a 20-year workmanship warranty, or what I like to call a 20-year quality warranty. So anything that we do that is below quality standards of quality workmanship, for instance, if we install the material on your rooftop and the waterproofing fails for whatever reason because of us, we will replace that waterproofing and replace any damage to the roof or the house or the ceiling. That's a big deal, and we're standing behind it. Same thing with electronics. If we fail to install something correctly and it doesn't work, we come back and fix it. This rarely happens, but on the other hand, I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's construction, it's electrical work. There's things that can fail in the field that we have to come back and service. So the company that stands behind their promises is as important to look at as the actual promise itself. So finally, number 10, probably the best one. Trust your instincts. What does your spidey sense say? Is it too good to be true? Maybe it is too good to be true. Does somebody look you in the eye and answer? Are they willing to say, I'm not sure, I'll have to check with the experts back home, or do they come up with some answer off the top of their head that's probably bogus? You can usually tell. You can usually kind of get a good feel for people, and that's important. And unfortunately, in this world, we're seeing more and more folks that are either entrepreneurial and very hungry for business and willing to stretch the truth, or outright deceitful. And it's something that we're guarding against. I did a blog on the subject. I'll give you a link to it, because we are seeing some bad actors start to pop up in the space. But on the other hand, I think that most people can find those bad actors on their own. It's your spidey sense, your trust, and your feel are usually pretty accurate. So we have an ebook, The Guide to Going Solar. I'll have a link for it later on. It's got all sorts of good information. And this is a list of questions that are in the ebook. These are usually what we would suggest that anybody use when my cousins are looking for a solar installer in Colorado, I'm going to say, here's what you want to look for. And I'll give them a couple names. So the credentials. So the first credential I would say as a must-have for any company doing solar is NABCEP certification. So NABCEP stands for North American Board of Certified Energy Professionals. So the installation, technical sales, and associate credential are there. And there's a big difference between them. So I'll give you in our in the downloadable links, I'll be giving you the actual NABCEP website where you can go and read about them. So I recommend the strongest credential NABCEP offers is the installation professional credential. And not everybody has that. There's an easier one to get. It's very entry level. It's important. It's good. Some of our installers are seeking that as kind of a progression path, but it's really easy to achieve. You just have to take a test. You don't have to prove any quality or any experience. That's the associate credential. What we're finding, unfortunately, is that some people get the associate credential and make it appear as though it's the certified installation professional credential. So it's not just NABCEP you should look for, it's actually which credential. There's also a technical sales credential, which is a fine credential, and it covers modeling and sales and some of the design criteria. The next big credential I would recommend that you look for in your diligence is, are you working with a licensed electrical installer? Solar in Ohio, it varies wherever you're at, but in Ohio, for us to actually be legally installing on your roof, we need to have an electrical license. And of course, anyone buying your house or evaluating the work is going to wonder, just like any other work you have done in your house, was this installed by a licensed electrician? So that's something that's very important. We take great pride in being a licensed electrician. Our company is a licensed electrical contractor. Is your solar installer registered? Are they insured? Maybe not. Maybe there's a handyman who says, I can fix that for you. I can install that for you. You're letting someone most often go up on your roof. You're letting someone, in every case, electrically install something in your house. Your house could burn down. Someone could get injured. Someone could be injured driving to and from the job. There's liability that you as the homeowner need to be aware of, and insurance is there to protect you. So ask to see the COI, the Certificate of Insurance. And that's, if they don't have a COI and can't produce one quickly, you're probably dealing with the wrong person. Better Business Bureau has been around forever. It's a great resource. And any solar installer that's serious about working with homeowners would be registered and accredited with the Better Business Bureau and would hopefully have no complaints on their Better Business Bureau portal, something to check for. And then this doesn't apply in California, but in all states, there's usually a clean energy or green energy or solar energy association. In Ohio, we have one called Green Energy Ohio. My wife and I and several professional friends of ours started that organization 20 years ago. Green Energy Ohio is also celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. So congratulations to them. My wife served as president of the board of directors. We're strong believers in Green Energy Ohio. They do a lot to promote clean energy. They organize solar tours, and their website has a great bunch of resources about solar, how it works, myth busting, etc. So they're a great resource. So here's the resources. You don't have to write these down or memorize these. Caitlin will be able to give these out to anybody. But basically, I've got a link to to a blog post I wrote about quality and about some of these bad actors that are starting to pop up in the marketplace. I've got a link to the NABCEP list of NABCEP certified professionals. So even if someone puts a NABCEP logo on their website or a business card or in some promotional material, I would suggest that you actually track down whether or not they genuinely have their certification. I'm on the board of directors of NABCEP, and I'm well aware of, unfortunately, again, bad actors being imposters that we send cease and desist letters to. It's something I care greatly of because quality is important. The third item there is the Ohio State electrical license lookup. You can put down the name of the company that you're working in and find out, are they just saying they have a license, or are they actually maintaining in good standing their electrical license? People can lose their electrical licenses because of poor work, because of breaking professional requirements and high integrity requirements, or they might just be outright lying. The SEIA, the Solar Energy Industry Association, is a national organization, and they have a consumer protection section on their website. It's a great bunch of resources. Green Energy Ohio, I already mentioned them. And then finally, number 6, our guide to going solar. You can click on that and download our book and learn a lot of things about solar, things that used to be kind of the truth about solar or the best practices 10 years ago. We might have said, yes, you have to point solar due south or it's not going to function very well. Well, things have evolved. The performance and costs have changed so much that today we can point solar east or west. There's all sorts of things that have changed. So even if you've been following solar for a long time, you'll find some interesting stuff in that guide to going solar about up-to-date information. All right, so this is a great little graphic that is kind of cheeky, but I saw it on the internet a long time ago and it made me laugh. So as a true professional, I hate the word cheap. And I think a lot of folks that are shopping for solar understand cheaper doesn't always mean better value. Same thing, like if you're gonna get a tattoo, you might wanna go to the more expensive, more established professional tattoo artist versus the guy doing it out of the back of their truck that's just learning. So to sum it up, you know, our clients, a lot of them, this is what they feel. They feel like their home is their castle. They care a lot about it. It's oftentimes their most valuable assets, a part of their retirement plan. They don't want to mess it up. They understand that you get what you pay for. And sometimes the lowest price isn't always the best price. If people are offering a low price out there, how are they doing that? Where are they cutting the corners? Are they cutting their corners by offering a second-rate piece of equipment? Perhaps they're offering the same equipment that the top quality installers offer. If they're offering a lower price and it's not the equipment, then what is it? Where are they cutting corners? And then finally, what's important to you? You know, maybe first price is the most important thing. We do lose business sometimes because we're not the lowest first price. But sometimes people want high quality. Some people want a long-term warranty. Some people want an honest counterparty who's going to tell them the truth. Everyone's different. Sometimes people want to use a company that is in alignment with their values. We're a B Corp. We're a benefit corp that's operating with a triple bottom line. Everyone's different. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what's most important to you. Start with that on your own. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the Q&A right now. A lot of people have been putting in some questions. With that said, I'll leave this up here while we handle some Q&A. But thanks so far. What do we got, Caitlin? I'm sorry, what do I have to do here? I'm going to mute me. All right. Let's see. All right.
All right, everyone. Thanks, Geoff, for the presentation. If anyone does have any questions, I know we had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the presentation, and we had some folks asking about volume levels. So we actually don't have any Q&A at this moment, aside from that. If anyone does have a question that they'd like Geoff to answer, we'd like to direct you to the Q&A feature at the bottom of the Zoom screen. You can also use the chat feature where I've been putting in a lot of these links that Geoff has been talking about. So you can find all of those links there. We encourage you to download our guide to going solar, which is the last link in that thread. But if you do have any questions, please submit them to the Q&A or chat box. And I'll use this time to remind you that we've got a lot of great video content from presenters like Geoff. A lot of our solar consultants have also been doing little webinars similar to this one. And we've got a lot of good content if you're curious over on our YouTube channel as well as on our Facebook videos. So you can find that by searching Third Sun Solar in YouTube. We also will send a recording of this webinar along with a survey to the folks that are with us right now, and on Zoom. If you're on Facebook, you will not get that recording, but remember to sign up through Zoom to be a participant in our webinars. And I am not seeing any questions come through, Geoff. Have you thought of anything that maybe you forgot to say or you'd like to add here just at the end?
Well, I think at the end of the day, I've been talking quite a bit about Third Sun Solar and our company. Obviously, that's what I know a lot about. But even if you don't go solar with us, I want you to go solar. We are really at a point in time when both the climate is begging for solar, and the more and more people go solar, the more and more likely it is that our great-grandchildren will have a healthy world to live in. But also the economics are fantastic. Solar that, 10 years ago might not have been, a slam dunk investment, today is a reliable way to invest your money. So more and more people are excited about the economics. And then thirdly, batteries are flying off of our shelves. We used to discourage people from spending a lot of money on batteries. They didn't used to last very long. They used to be short-lived. But because of the lithium-ion technology that's being moved forwards by EV, the cost and performance of batteries has gotten a lot better. We've got some great webinars where we talk about batteries. I actually share my experience upgrading my battery system from old-fashioned 100-year-old lead-acid technology to today's Tesla systems. So there's all sorts of reasons to go solar, from saving the planet, saving money, to saving your freezer full of food during a power outage. So there's no bad questions. We're here to answer them all. And I'd encourage you to really look at solar and go solar before the tax credits continue to go down. That's the other thing that people oftentimes wonder is, when is the right time to go solar? Obviously, people don't want to make a mistake. People are usually very cautious in their research about solar and how it works and the value proposition. One of the things that helps them make a decision to go solar is that they look at the tax credit declining every year and going down. And so they don't want to miss out on that. So for a variety of reasons, I want you to go solar. And then if you do go solar, I would encourage you to use quality equipment and a quality installation company.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Geoff. And we don't have any questions coming in. So if you're watching this video in the future, feel free to drop us a question. But for now, we'll leave it at that and remind folks, tune in on Thursdays. We're doing these live webinars just about every week. We'll have events listed on our Facebook page and recordings posted on YouTube. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.